Hey guys, it's Jim, and let's look at bond futures. I've got the 30-year ZB up, but I only took one trade on it, and it was really right here, and stopped out pretty quick on it. And it really would, even though there was a nice V here, uh, you could have taken this trade. That's kind of out of my trading time for this vehicle, but boy, it would have worked. And this one would have been tough to catch until maybe here, but that's way after my time as well. So, I mean, this pullback around 8:30-ish could have been an entry, but I traded ZN, the 10-year again, and took several trades on that and did quite well. Like I said, I stopped once, had a real small stop on the ZB, and then ZN made up for it again today. Um, Now, I did take this trade. Oh, there was an alert. I did take this trade here right at 8:20, 8:30. Felt pretty good about that and ran it down. And then a couple of alerts going off late in the afternoon. And then right here at 10 o'clock, I kind of end things up around 10:30, but I took this trade and got some ticks out of it. So I was kind of on the fringe on ZN. When you look at this chart versus ZB, it looks very similar. They kind of do, but a lot of times ZN, the 10-year, is a little easier to get filled and doesn't run away so quick on the triggers. It looks like it does here, but you can get in these things a little easier. There's a lot more volume, like 3 times the volume in 10-year versus 30-year. They're both great instruments to trade. If you backtest either one of them, they're going to show you that they're tradable. But I've been last few days, and actually some last week, I've been trading the 10-year a little bit more and getting some good fills and some good trades out of it, and racking up some ticks out of that. So I like to do what works. Anyway, that's all I had today. Tomorrow, one thing I wanted to show you, and this chart really shows it well. Look how right here on this pivot, boy, this chops around, runs up, just kind of chopping around that pivot, runs down through it, comes back up, and then chops around this pivot. I keep saying it. Anybody that's been following my videos will get tired of hearing it, but maybe some new folks that are subscribing will see this. But these weekly pivots, you got to get your hands on a weekly pivot study or write one. I actually took this code from another site and modified it to the way I liked it. But the weekly pivot points and structures really actually put structure around these trades. And like the fib queen, you can't make this stuff up, and you really can't. Let's go back and look at ZB, and you'll see how they both really adhere to it. Look how all morning it chopped around this pivot. It blew down right when the cash session's opening. There's a lot of volume coming in. See the volume bars down here really coming in. That's something else that I've got to pay more attention to. As these volume bars start cranking up and I get a signal, we got to jump on for the ride, because this really pushes it. And I sometimes forget that in the middle of focusing too much on my triggers. But look how it chopped around this pivot, dips, comes right back up. Look right here at lunchtime, it touched it, pulls back, and then there's a lot of structure here, so you can take some profit. This doesn't do it justice. I think it might have been on ZN. Pull this thing up. Yeah, it was on ZN, but there was a lower point here on the ZN chart that it was just off a tick or two. I was trying to run it down to that profit too, and they're great places to take profits. Here, let's alert's still going off. Sorry about that. Yeah, right here, man. There's some stuff happening here late, right at the close. 2005 and we had 1905. I tried to get down there, and as it didn't touch it, I got out. But still, it gives you, just if you got in this trade, you run it up and take some profit at this. It gives you some structure and some spots to either put trades on or take. More importantly, I like trying to get in these things, above or below pivots, and then running up into them and taking profit. So it's something to think about. You'll hear me talk about it more because I'm just amazed every day as these things bounce around these pivot levels. But anyway, that's what I have for the 10-year and the 30-year. Tomorrow is the Yellen show, and it will be at 1 o'clock Central when they'll put their minutes out. So expect some volatility all morning. Early morning, we might could get a trade, maybe two off, but as it gets closer and closer to the circuit's time at 1 o'clock Central, expect some choppiness, and then expect who knows what after the announcement. But we might could have a trade after. I don't ever hold into the announcement, but afterwards, if something sets up, I might take it. We'll see what happens, though. That's all I had. Thanks.